Like I say this all the time. If I'm not overwhelmed, then I'm bored. And I hate that.
I think I obviously agree. Yeah. Like, I mean, I just showed you my schedule.
Yeah, your calendar. It's like, ridiculous.
So Brady, I have a question for you. What's it like when the corn is high, but the chaos is higher?
It's a lot of things, but it's never boring. This is the Farm Wife Files, Life Between the Rows.
And we're back.
Yay!
We're kind of recording on a weird night.
It is.
This is not our normal.
No, it's kind of weird because it's 5:30 on a Tuesday evening, which is weird because this is the first Tuesday that I've had to myself in about 20 weeks now, I would say.
That's wild.
Yeah. I'm so excited, though.
Yeah, are you? I'm sure. Just, like, different change of pace.
Yeah, just a different change of pace, not having to rush around.
Yes.
Actually, not that I don't enjoy teaching, but it's just nice on those, that little break that I get.
I'm sure it gets tedious.
It does,
after so many weeks together, but... Yeah, I don't know how I felt coming into recording tonight, if I felt more prepared or... less prepared, because I was, I just run around all day with the kids, like my head cut off, and then here we are recording.
I also had that feeling. I was just like, I don't know if I feel more refreshed in the mornings where I'm like, ideas are flowing,
right,
or if it's in the evenings where I'm like, am I gonna have a mush brain,
right, or am I like taking a breath of fresh air because it's kind of a break sitting down here and doing this.
I don't know.
We'll see how it goes. I guess you guys can let us know your thoughts.
For sure.
Well, yeah, I happened to be listening to one of our episodes, and there was a question that we never got around to answering. But this was our episode when we were talking about, let me see what it was called, the passing of the torch. So this was when we were talking about, like, generational transition, and I think it was a catch-up video, or episode, so it was kind of just, like, a bunch of randomness. But at the end of it, Addie asked me, she said, will there ever be a time where the mindset shifts from I'm a farm wife helping on the farm to we're both farming and co-CEOs? So you kind of answered that, and you said you leaned more towards both being co-CEOs. Do you want to elaborate at all?
Yeah, I think I go back and forth. I think no matter what, when you look at a business structure, you can no business is going to be successful of having just a CEO or just a chief legal officer or whatever the case is. So when I say co-CEOs, there's different roles and what I mean by that. Like, so a co-CEO could be Cody being the CEO of, Huss Farms or whatever, but then also maybe I'm more chief financial officer, something along that line. Like, we both have different roles and we both have equal say in the farm and the way that it's going to be set up for the future. And we both have equal responsibility for the decisions that are going to be made. Mm-hmm. But the work that we do and the responsibility and the decisions that we have to make are going to look different.
Yeah.
And Cody has never came to me and said, like, I don't respect your decisions on the farm, or I don't respect the way that you look at it. So I do think Cody looks at it as, like, I'm an equal partner in it. Like, I'm not less of a person because I'm just the quote-unquote farm wife. Like, I am an equal partner in this to him. I just hold a different role than the farmer in the farm family type role.
Yeah, and I think I agree with that. When I got to thinking about it more, I think I don't even know that I would necessarily want that title of, like, co-CEO. I think even just going back biblically, like, that is a role that I really appreciate Tyler being in and taking the leadership of our operation. And also, he's good at it. That's a gift and a strength that God gave him, and I think he should run with it.
Yeah.
And he does it very well. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't still love agriculture and agronomy and the farm itself, and it's something I'm passionate about, and I want to continue to learn and have opinions, and Tyler take my opinions into consideration. So yeah, I like how you say about being equal even though the role is different.
Yeah.
I think over the years I've really struggled with seeing value in the role that I do hold, since that has been ever changing. And that's a me thing. That I don't think Tyler has ever been like, oh, you're at home taking care of the kids and you can't run grain cart, like you're less than. I solely think that that's a me problem that I need to work on. And I have, as the kids have gotten older. And I saw a quote and it said something about, I'm not less than because I'm not driving the combine. I'm raising the next one that will drive the combine.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of resonated with me. That was like a bigger picture type moment for me. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be co-CEO, but I do still want to be looked at as an equal individual when it does come to the operation.
I just want, and again, I am prefacing this conversation by Cody has never made me feel less of a person because of the role that I have on the farm. Because I do agree that Cody and Tyler do a phenomenal job at running their operations the way that they do. And they have such great knowledge in the 100%. Way that they run their own operation, and they feed off of each other in the way that they both bring so much to the table. With that to say, both of them have admitted to also understanding that they couldn't be successful without us being their supportive backbone. Right. And so even if it's as little as washing the clothes, doing the dishes, cleaning the house, like as little as that sounds, it's still supportive in the way that Cody would need it. And Cody and I actually had this conversation going out to Iowa this last weekend. It was like, I was just like, how can I help you? And he's like, honestly, just taking care of writing the checks and getting them in the mail so I don't have to sit down at the end of the day and take the time to do it. Like, that's helpful. Yeah. And so he's just like, that's the way that it's helpful for me, so I can just worry about doing the physical labor. I can call on you when I need to do the physical labor, but it's that role. And so, yeah, our roles do look different, but he still respects me as a person and as a wife and as a partner and all the things when it comes to the farm.
I just struggle with my role, like never feeling enough. And again, like I said earlier, I know that that's a myself thing. But, like, even this last weekend, we went with Tyler to check pivots. I say we, me, the two kids, and him. Took the side-by-side. And the pivot points are just awful. I mean, just weeds, horrible. They're horribly overgrown. They look awful. And so Taylor goes to daycare on Mondays. And I'm like, you know what? I'll pack Branson up in the side-by-side. His donut fits perfect, by the way, in the passenger seat. And bring the weed eater. And then if you just want to mix me up a little spray jug of Roundup, like, I'll weed eat and spray it. And he's like, we're just gonna spray it. And so I was like, okay, well, if, like, I don't need a medal for doing this, like, that's not why I want to do it. Like, I thought it would be something helpful, but if it's not something you're gonna appreciate or feel like you need, then tell me not to waste my time.
Right. I'll go find something else to do.
Exactly. Right. And it kind of hurt my feelings, because I'm like, here, I'm trying to be helpful, and, like, it's something I can do on the farm. And he's just kind of like preparing me, like, we're just going to spray it. So, I don't know. I don't know why I feel like I need to continuously find different roles within the farm that's actually doing, like, physical labor to make myself feel more worthy of being, like, a farm wife or having that quote-unquote role on the farm.
I struggle with trying to find things that I know how to do on the farm.
Really?
Yeah, because there's some things that Cody just... I know that if Cody would take the time to teach me, like, we had this conversation, like, if I went to Tyler asking for him to teach me, he would teach me a lot better than Cody would teach me.
Oh, same. Because I've literally had moments. Yes. That they're like, okay, you need to run this. And I'm like, Cody, show me.
Because they're just so much.
And Tyler's standing right there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nope, Cody, you can teach me.
Because they're just so much, like, easier. But I feel guilty because I want to be helpful. But, like, I'm like, Cody would just be faster just going and doing it himself because he has to take the time to teach me how to do it. But, like, I just remember, like, when I first started dating Cody, I was just like, I don't know how to run a skid steer. But now he can throw me in a skid steer and I know how to run that thing. Like, you know, I might not know how to troubleshoot it. Like, you know, when I run the track off of it, I don't know how to put the track back on.
Right.
But...
No, Tyler's very much like, if he wants me to run something, he just wants to throw me in it and, like, sink or swim. And I've told him, like, I would run one of our semis, but you're not going to throw me in it at Harvest with a full trailer and expect me to take it to the elevator.
Well,
that's scary.
Especially when there's 30 other semis in line.
And they load it like
90,000.
No, 90. That's a good day, Abby. More like 110.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But anyway, that's what I mean. It's like, you want me to be helpful in these big scenarios. Like, teach me beforehand. So then when we are a guy short and you do need help, or there is a truck sitting that's loaded and you guys are having to wait, then I can go and be helpful in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Emily, my sister-in-law, we literally just had this conversation too, but it was for calving. I was just like, coming down to it, I could go pull a calf if I had to. I could absolutely figure it out. Not figure it out. I know how to.
Yeah.
But the strength it takes to pull a calf, it is a lot of freaking muscle. And so, do I want to do that by myself? Absolutely not. Like, would I be trying to call, like, our neighbor Frederick? Absolutely. Yeah. But, like, I'm like, I do think it does come down to, like, just spending time on the farm.
Yes.
But Cody does respect that I'm, like, trying to do that. But I also do think that Cody respects me in the way that I'm trying to take over things that he doesn't enjoy doing. He doesn't enjoy doing the paperwork side of farming. He doesn't enjoy doing the tedious book work and the taxes and all that stuff.
Does he let you do it, though?
Now he does.
Yeah.
He does. I want to do it a certain way, and it was on the Men's Tell All episode. I still remember this. It was the whole folder. I don't know if anyone...
Yes,
I was just like, he has these receipts, and what does he do with the receipts? He puts them on my keyboard, even though we have a folder literally right on my desk that he knows to put the receipts in, but he still puts them on my keyboard. And I'm like, you know where to put them. So it's like...
Why do you think he does that? Why did he say that? So you see them. That's what he said.
Yeah, so you know where they are. I know where they are.
Yes, they have a home.
It's... So yeah, he does let me. Now, he used to not let me. But then when I finally showed him my, like, logic of, like, okay, this is how it's set up. This is why it's working. And look at how much time is saved by doing it this way, that you don't have to stay. Because he would do it line by line, go through all of his bank transactions. And he didn't separate personal and farm farm purchases at some point. So he was like, I don't know if this was a farm purchase. And so, yeah. So finally he lets me. But
yeah. I think Tyler, I don't know that, and I would have to ask him. This, to preface, this is not a conversation that him and I have had. But I know in a very early on episode, I've talked about Tyler struggles with, like, giving me free reign. So, like, he wanted me to take over the books and the bills, and that was fine. But then he was, like, micromanaging me every month. And so that got frustrating. And there were things like, for instance, I would always, first of the month hit, I would pay my bills. And so, like, the first was a new month for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, everything was paid up and ready to go. I would start a new month. So I kind of went into the farm finances the same way. And so when I did that, we have a $20,000 co-op bill, and so I paid on the 1st. And he's like, I don't want to pay interest on this for 15 days. If it's not due to the 15th, don't pay it till the 15th.
That's how Cody is.
Yes, and that I got, because when, it does add up after, I don't know how much it actually is, but I could see after months and months and months and months, like, that would actually add up in interest. But that was something that took me a long time to change. And then there's other things that I haven't necessarily agreed with, like that one. And it's like, okay, I want to be helpful to you, and I'm good with doing this, but let me do it. I'm not going to take time out of my day, very little time that I don't have, to work on this if you're just going to sit here and redo it or micromanage it anyway. Then I'm not wasting my time.
Yeah.
Like,
one of the the interest bill that you said,
yes.
And this isn't necessarily an interest thing, but, like, we'll get a bill in the mail and it's, $20,000, or, it's a nutrient bill or something.
Yes.
But it's like, well, it's due, but it's not due until 90 days. And I'm like, well, we have the freaking money, just pay for it right now. And he's like, no, we don't need to pay for it right now. They can wait. It's not due until 90 days. And I'm like, just pay for it. It's one less thing on our to-do list. And he, whether it's gaining interest or not, he's like, no, they can wait. And I'm like,
you just want to take care of it and check it off your brain.
Yes.
I'm the same way.
But then I also understand, like, especially now that we picked up this other land that
Yeah, how's that going?
chaotic, but
Okay.
in a good and bad way.
Okay.
So I'll get to that here in a second.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to like these like larger bills, we get them and it's like, oh, I just want to pay for them, whatever. But then we have our line of credit or, you know, operating or something along the line. And it's like, but we also have to use that for XYZ. So we don't want to pay this big bill because we have this bill
Yes,
coming. And so
yes.
like you have to play
It's a
this puzzle game.
balancing-
Yeah.
yes,
like,
it is a
so like,
balancing act.
so there's that. The new farm really made us like, be like, whoa. And the new farm made us do that. I think really a lot this year because we got it so late in the game.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you
late.
guys had already prepaid for stuff and ordered stuff.
Yeah.
And, it was,
And we already had our line of credit open and
Right.
active and all of this stuff. And then it was literally like 2
Like,
weeks
ooh,
before
okay,
we were
let's-
starting to, it was,
putting seed in the ground.
yeah, it was like, so like, okay, we're going to do this. And it's
Right.
like, okay, like here we go. And so,
That is chaotic. I mean, by that time, 2 weeks before planting, I mean, everything's done.
yeah,
I mean, you've got, you know what's going there, you know how many day corn, beans, whatever you're planting there, like what you're spraying, like the plan is done. So then to just turn around and be like, oops, hey, we're actually going to add X amount of acres.
which again, we're incredibly blessed to
Yeah.
have that opportunity. But yeah, that was like, okay, let's just take a step back.
Take a breath, it'll be fine. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
So that was something that we definitely just needed to, again, like you said, take a deep breath, take a
Yeah.
step back. But
Do
I
you
think
feel like it's taken a number of years or just time in general to, like, for Cody to respect your opinion more when it comes to farm stuff? Or has he always been pretty
I think
accepting?
it's more of I needed to respect my own opinion.
Feel confident about your
Yes.
thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't think I ever like I'm very much a person where I needed to like I'm not going to make an opinion that I didn't feel educated on. So like I'm not going to be like, well, why are you doing it this way?
Yeah,
Or
I know you're
why
very
do you
much that
fall
way.
or like winter calf instead of fall calf because fall calving is so much better. Like I'm not educated on that. You
Right.
know, like so I wouldn't have made that. And I'm very curious in nature, so I'm going to ask questions and sometimes those questions do come off as like why are you asking these questions that you're coming off as a little bitchy or so, you know, like,
Right.
and that's not my intention, but I don't think Cody, I haven't had that conversation with him, but I don't think he's ever come off as I don't respect your opinion because of it. There are things that I have held back because I don't feel confident in what I am personally feeling or thinking because I'm just not educated or I don't think I know the full story.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that does. And I think that's gosh, look at the other end of the spectrum where you've got people. I would much rather have somebody with the characters, the trait
Yeah.
of just being like, hey, I'm going to opt out of this conversation because I don't feel like I know enough about it.
Right.
I think with Tyler, over the years, he's finally starting to be like, hey, Brady actually knows what she's talking about with some stuff. Which I have learned a lot from him and his family and just, you know, research of my own that I've done. But just today was so funny. So, kelp beans are looking great, guys. The trial is totally messed up, but the beans themselves are looking good. I said about the population, I was all mad about that.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's like 160,000 pops standing in the field.
Mm-hmm.
So if you drive by, it looks beautiful. But, I mean, those poor beans are just like one after the other. And Tyler just would not. He would not make any comments about, you know, he just would not give me the upper hand of being like, you were right. Like, I shouldn't have replanted. Like, he just won't. Like, his ego will not allow him to say it. And it just drives me nuts. But whatever. And so today I had asked him if he could go scout my beans because I made it out there last Thursday and they hadn't put on pods yet. And so I was starting to feel a little panicky because I'm like, I need them to be putting pods on. Like, I want to be at R3 and then spray
Right.
Repro Kelp. And then we've got the wedding coming up this weekend. So
Right.
I'm like, and then there's rain. And so I'm starting to feel a little nervous that I'm going to miss my window. And so he went and scouted them and he brought some beans back. And I was like, so what do you think overall? And he's like, these suckers are tall. He's like, these are tall beans. And I was like, I wonder why they're so tall. And he's finally, he's walking out of the garage and he's like, they don't have anywhere to go sideways, so they're going up. And I'm like, okay, he didn't say, like, you're right, I shouldn't have replanted. They're so overcrowded, it's insane. But he did make a comment about...
They don't have anywhere to go. They're not bushy.
Yes,
They're lengthy.
Yeah, so that was just funny. But,
yeah,
over the years, I think he maybe takes my opinion a little bit more into consideration than he used to. I mean, and not that I would ever want him to, like... I don't know. I was going to say not that I would ever want him to not make a decision on the farm because of my opinion, but I think that's the goal. Like, not to always make him question himself, but if there is something that he's going to, like, try to implement or change or whatever, if maybe I think something, it makes him think a little harder about it.
Yeah.
Instead of just, like, adding things on a whim.
Do you feel like, specifically, I know... with the kelp beans, you have the farm stand, you had the candles, like all of that stuff. Like, do you feel like he's always so supportive of all of those different avenues of things that you, like, want to do?
Yeah, but he did hurt my feelings the other day.
Okay, before you even say hurt your feelings, I think I hurt his feelings as soon as I walked into the door because I didn't even say hello to your husband. The first thing I told him...
He's always complaining.
I know. The first thing I said to him when I walked into the door is, can I just slap you in your face?
Yeah, because... what did he say?
I don't even know, but it was something
about
rude.
Us going down and...
like, messing around for 4 hours or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what he said, but yeah, something along the lines of must be nice to get to go do nothing while I watch the kids.
Yeah. So anyway, so that was my...
4:30 when he got... Okay, he came home earlier because our air conditioner is having issues, but... So the guy came to look at it. But yeah, anyway, he made the comment to me the other day, it's just never ending. And that hurt my feelings, because... okay... We try to make outlines for every episode, just
right?
Because we definitely, like, get on tangents, and I mean, we've already gotten on a complete tangent and during this episode. We're trying to get back to where we're supposed to go. But anyway, for these outlines, I do research and try to find, like, different talking points to kind of add to each outline, like maybe if we don't have as many thoughts going into an episode. And so I really struggle with all my different avenues and thinking that I struggle being content and was thinking that that's a negative in my life. But we'll get into this when we do our devotional at the end of our episode. But I also turned it around and think that God gave me a gift of being creative and, like, having, I think just creative itself is the perfect word for it. Like, I just continually want to create things. And I love the idea of, like, hospitality, and that's kind of where the farm stand came from. Especially, I mean, baking is just, like, a hobby for me. It's one of those things that give me a drizzly, rainy day, making, like, a new recipe of cookies or whatever, a candle burning, like, that's my perfect day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a day I dream of. And so, we would have so many baked goods, and Tyler will eat a few, but when there's only him and I, like, a whole dozen of baked goods just never, it always goes old and we have to throw it away. So I'm like, oh, I'll do a farm stand. Like, it can be right here. The kids are right here. Like, I can stock it when the kids are in bed and I can have the monitor. Like, I don't have to go anywhere. I could still financially make a little bit of money to provide some. And so that's kind of where the farm stand came from. And I don't remember what it was when he told me it's just never ending. I don't know if I had an appointment or something, but yeah, it's never ending. So I don't know. I'm trying to find a happy medium of, like, using the gifts that God gave me and also being content in my life.
Do you feel like, obviously, the ages that your kids are in right now, they're just very mom heavy, and dad too, but, like,
they need me 24/7.
Yeah, so, like, obviously when the kids go to school, that's going to look a lot different.
Yeah, and we've talked about that on the podcast. Like, I think I've just been dabbling to find what you really
want to do,
right? When they do go to school. But also, I don't like to be bored. Like I say this all the time. If I'm not overwhelmed, then I'm bored. And I hate that.
I think I obviously agree. Like, I mean, I just showed you my schedule.
Yeah, your calendar. It's like, ridiculous.
So yeah, I get it. I obviously you make great things. So
Thank
obviously
you.
the community obviously loves it. And
Yeah.
I know the past, 2-3 weeks you've had to close it because of just weather and it's been so
just
hot.
And I'm the type of person, like, if I'm doing something, it's going to be perfect or...
Yeah, you don't want to have the candles melt out there. Because you do some candles, too, out there.
Some candles out there, and then sourdough bread and, baked goods and stuff. But if I'm selling a product that people are actually going to pay for, like, I want it to be fresh and I want it to be as good as I can possibly get it to them. And where it was like 90 plus degrees, I'm just not letting stuff sit out there. So I did pre-orders instead, and that actually went really good.
Good.
And it was nice to, like, make something that people were actually, like, asking for and buying. Not that I don't like the farm stand, that's fine. And I think last minute stuff is fun. Like, I dream of people, like people being on a bike ride and going by the farm stand and be like, cookies, let's stop and get some.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be my joy for that. But yeah, to have people call and, like, look forward to my products too was fun.
Yeah. Do you support from Tyler aside or not? Obviously, he's very supportive.
He always does. I think it's just like, I mean, I would be the same way. It's just every day, like, I have a new thought. But I'm home all day, like, with small children, so my brain, like... When you don't get to have adult conversation, like, my brain just, the wheels turn constantly.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, obviously, it's pivot season. He's probably just very overwhelmed because it's busy and, all of that thing. So, like,
and I don't help with
yeah, so, like, it'd be different if it was in the middle of December or November where it's a very slower season for him. He probably wouldn't care. But all of the different avenues that you have started, you've just... jumped in from the deep end and you've done successful things. So like you've never, one of the notes that I'm reading right now, like you don't have to have it all figured out to start. Right. Like, why do you have that mindset? Like if someone is out there right now thinking about starting something, what would you tell them?
Because I think this comes from my whole life, like majority of my life, I got told like, oh, you're too much or this is too much. Like, literally the theme of my life was too much, whether it was my personality or my ideas or my dreams. Like, it was always too much. And so I didn't do a lot of stuff. And now that I'm an adult and I have the finances that I can do whatever I want, that sounded really bad. Not do whatever I want, but, like, obviously within limits of what I can afford, I can do. And so with the candles, like, Tyler thought I was nuts for wanting to have a candle business. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make 4 candles and see what happens. And 4 candles turned into 5 businesses. And, I mean, how long? I think I had Grace and Grit for 5 years. And then I just got to the point with kids. Like, it was extremely successful. It was just me that I didn't want to miss out on my kids to do candles. It wasn't enjoyable anymore.
And you were very transparent with that when you started it. You were like, I'm doing this so I can stay home with my kids.
Exactly, yeah. And so I think once I did that, I was like, okay, like, what happens if I start a farm stand and it fails miserably? Then I'll just use the little shed for a garden shed and whatever. Like, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I think my stuff, too, is so small scale.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're shipping anything or...
Yeah, Now, talk to me in a couple of years. I really, really, really am interested in custom drone spraying. We're not talking a couple $100s there.
And we're not...
$20,000.
I was going to say, and we're not talking about your TikTok of crashing the drone into the power line.
Oh my gosh! I forgot about that. Yeah, I had asked Tyler a couple weeks ago if I could fly my bean field with the drone, and I never flown our drone. But I told him, I said, I want to get good at flying it so I can take some... Because I love making TikTok videos. I was like, I want to do, like, some super cool flying into the combine and stuff. He's like, you're not flying that near the combine head. Like, not happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I know. I need to get good at it so then I can fly it then. And he's like, okay. Well, it was really drizzly that day, so I didn't get to fly it over the bean field. And then Branson and I went out on a Monday to go pick out daylilies for my yard next fall. And Tyler was putting up hay bales, and he's like, "Do you want to fly the drone?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." He literally, and this is what I mean, why I would have chosen Cody to show me how to run the drone. Because when I tell you, it was probably 90 seconds of, these are the joysticks, up, down, sideways. Here's the little levers for your camera. I mean it, Addie, like 90 seconds, and he was gone.
He was so nice to you when you said, when he came up to you, "Did you crash it?" "Yeah."
No, what did he say? "Is it all in one piece?" "Yeah."
"Yeah."
"Did you crash it?" "Yeah." "What'd you hit?" "Power line." "Nice." He was nice, but that's to like all other people. He sounded nice. In my head, I knew. I'm like,
it's like
aggression.
The one word answers
yes.
are like, okay,
I'm, like,
I'm gonna.
But no, it went fine. Like, I was flying it. I was literally getting ready to wrap up, and I'm like, oh, I'll go get a short video of Nancy's daylilies for her website. And I was so anxious about all the trees. So I was flying very careful, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Tyler put up his spray tech sign. Like, I want to go get a video for him. And I'm going over, and I see the power line in the camera, and then I'm falling. Oh my gosh, Addie, I can't even believe it. Oh, and weeks, I had been telling him, what if I wreck it? I'm scared to fly it. What if I wreck it?
I told him that too, because I was just like, Tyler, I want to fly your drone. He's like, just don't wreck it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to fly it.
Yeah. And then he tells me, I've had this for, I got that part of the video out on TikTok. He said, I've had this thing for 5 years and I've never wrecked it. You fly it once and you wreck it. And it's probably during pivot season when he really uses it.
Yeah.
Because like when we have an alignment fault or something, he'll just fly
it out to figure out where.
It is really helpful. Oh. And the part hasn't came in, so I don't know if it's going to fix it or not. But yeah, anyway, so I did that. And that was, we only had to pay it for a $10 part, and hopefully that fixes it. But we're not talking $10 parts for drone spraying.
No. Well, and plus then the trailer, and then all of the insurance.
And if anybody knows me, like, I go big when I do things. So we're talking about like $100,000 setup.
Yeah.
Which I do think could be beneficial to our operation. But it's not something I could dabble in.
I did ask Cody if I could dabble in being a pilot. And
what?
Yeah.
You don't dabble being a pilot?
No, I wanted to, because we were driving, and we were driving back from Iowa, and every single field we were practically driving by was getting sprayed.
Right.
And so I looked at Cody, I'm like, would you let me do this? He's like, yeah, I would. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, you just have to be really good and have really good depth perception with beans. And I was just like, okay. And he's like, I would just end up being really rich, as he was implying that I would probably crash the plane.
No, I actually saw a spray plane, and I got anxious. I thought they were going to hit the power line going back over the field. Like, I like, it was heart in my tummy feeling. It was not a good feeling.
Yeah.
He was fine. But it scared me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I cannot focus because I'm just hearing complete chaos upstairs.
It is kind of funny.
Yeah. Anyway, we should probably wrap up, but do you have any thoughts before I go on with our devotional?
Let's do it.
So we're doing 1 Peter 4:10. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. So we talked about that. We talked about this episode that God gives us, God gave me the gift of creativity, and I think each of us get a unique gift, and I think to really grasp onto that and use it to glorify God every day is what he calls of us. I don't know. That's really my thoughts of it. I mean, that verse is pretty like cut and dry.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't know if I have any other thoughts.
Oh,
you guys can't hear, but Taylin is just crying.
She is just crying upstairs.
Oh. We'll wrap this one up. Sorry our devotional was short. I cannot focus, but we'll see you next time.
Bye.
They say a farmer's work is never done. Well, neither is ours. Come back next week for a new episode of Life Between the Rows.